Strung out on crystal meth. I started drinking at about 10, 11 years old, and by 12 I was already strung out on crystal meth. I got wrapped up in gang life and drugs, and I ended up spending about 10 years of my life in jail.
Where was that? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in San Pedro, California.
Okay.
So a suburb of Los Angeles. And I got wrapped up in gangs, and I ended up doing a lot of robberies and a lot of just stupid things, man, really dumb things that had me so wrapped up in drugs that I just had a hard time getting away from.
When did you get in jail for the first time? How old were you?
11.
At 11?
Yeah.
So it was some what is it called? The not for grown-ups, for
juvenile hall.
Juvenile.
Yeah,
okay.
Juvenile hall.
And then you told me that you were like in and out all the time, right?
Yeah. Once I went inside for the first time, I never made it more than 60 days out before I went back in.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was really wrapped up, fucked up.
Well, that's probably a strange question, because I have never been to jail. How was it there in terms of sports? And I mean, when did sports come into your life?
So I worked out a lot while in jail.
You did?
Right? Yeah, I worked out a lot, as in just body weight movements, you know, like push-ups, dips, and pull-ups. It was like a big thing to try to be strong, make sure to protect yourself from the bullshit that's in there. But I didn't find sports till a few years after I got out of prison. I got out of prison, and I vowed not to go back to prison for my mom. The entire time that I was fucking up on drugs and going in and out of prison, my mom never gave up on me. She would put me in jail. If I got high and if I was all messed up, she would put me there. She'd call the cops, she'd put me there. She didn't care. She wasn't putting up with no bullshit, you know? But then she'd come see me the next day and every weekend and tell me that she loved me and that she knew that there was something better for me, that if I would just work for it. So when I got out of prison, I vowed that I wasn't gonna go back, because I wanted to show her that I could change for her.
How old were you then?
I was 22.
So since 11, from 11 till 22, 11 years, you were still kind of...
Yeah, I couldn't get away from drugs, couldn't get away from gangs. I was just all wrapped up in a bad time, even though she was there for me all the time. But I finally vowed that I wasn't gonna go back, and I ended up getting a small little job. Like
at 22.
At 22, for the first time ever to have a job. I was washing dishes, just to show my mom that I could work and be a normal piece of society, you know?
Yeah.
And in 2012, I lost my mom to cancer.
How old are you right now?
I am 30 years old.
30. So that was 2012. That's 5 years ago. So 3 years after you got out of jail, huh? So at least she had some time to see that you're straightened up.
Yeah, I gave her a few years of seeing her, being with her, and working, showing her that I could get away from the gangs and get away from the drugs, and then I didn't like my job. I hated my job.
Yeah.
It was, you know, and but I was working to show her that I could do it, that I could change. So when I lost her in 2012, it wasn't that I wanted to go back to drugs and go back to all the gang life and everything, but it was that I didn't care anymore.
I see what you're saying.
Like when she was around, I was like, I will never do it again. I'll never do it again. Mm-hmm. But then when she was gone, I was like, yeah, I don't give a shit what happens.
And what happened?
It's maybe about 6 months. Mm-hmm. 8 months after she passed away, I was unraveling, just mentally. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I didn't care about anything. I had no drive. I had no ambition for nothing. And I went to the gym not to get strong and not to get big or anything like that. I went to the gym to exhaust myself because
Just
at
to
night,
get it out of the system.
yeah. Because at night I wouldn't sleep. I would just like dwell on how I didn't have her anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So I went to the gym to try to just exhaust my body so that it would turn off at night, you know? And I saw a guy doing muscle up. First time I ever seen that in my life. I spent all this time in prison doing pull-ups and everything, pull the bar all the way to my throat every time. I'm like, dude, I'm strong. I can fucking do 20, 25, like, you know, I'm fucking strong.
Yeah.
But then I saw the guy do a muscle up all the way to his hip. I was like, the fuck? I didn't even know what it was. I was like, that blew me away, you know? Then the same guy did a 360 and cut the bar again. And I was like, well, I don't have no idea what this is. But you know, I wanted to know more. And I'm like coming from jail, like I'm not the type of person just to like, hey, what's up? You know, like I don't dive into other people's business or anything like that, you know? So I was lucky that one of the guys saw me watching them like, what the fuck, you know? And he invited me over. He was like, hey, come here, man, you want to try this? And I was like, dude, I don't even know what the fuck that is. And he was like, dude, just come by, I will show you what's up, you know?
Whoa! Yeah! Hefesto! Woo! Yeah!
How did you take it when you took the first scoop? How did you take it when you first took scoop?